Today I'm taking simple, inexpensive supplies and turning them into beautiful fall decor you'll be proud to display all season long. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you are new. My name is Christine and you're watching Divine Designs. For our first project, I'll be using one of these Dollar Tree ceramic trays. I gave it 2 coats of multi-surface paint in ivory, and once that dried, we'll be moving on to our decoupaging. Now, I got this rice paper from my friend Brandy over at the DIY Struggle. I will leave the link for her website down in the comment section, down in my description box, so you can check her out, guys. She has a lot of beautiful craft items. Rice paper, napkins, you name it. The link will take you directly to her website. And this is not sponsored. She's just my friend and I want to give her a shout out. And I love using her products. So once I measured the plate, cut that out, and now I know how I'm going to lay this down. I'm using some multi-surface. This is plaid, not multi-surface. This is Plaid's Mod Podge. It's a 2-in-1. So I'm using some of that as my base for decoupaging. Now I found out from Brandy also that if you spritz your rice paper with a little bit of water, it goes on even better for you. So that's what you saw me doing there. Spritz that a little bit and placed it down on my surface. Now I didn't allow the Mod Podge to dry. I placed it down while it was still wet. And you can either allow it to dry or place it down when it's still wet. Either way works fine. So once I place that down, I just use my finger to smooth that out to make sure there was no bubble underneath. And now I'm going back over it with another coat of the Mod Podge. And then just spread that with the fan brush, dried it with the heat gun. And now I'm using my zip sander to sand off the excess. Now you don't have to sand this too hard because you don't want your plate to be damaged. And then to just embellish this a little bit more, I took my gold marker, went around the edge, and here I made 2 of them, guys. So beautiful. Let me know what you think about these in the comment section down below. Now here is our second project. This one, I got this at Michael's last year when they were clearing out their fall stuff, or it's early this year, I believe. But that's the best time to get your supplies if you're crafting or if you're reselling. When they're getting rid of their seasonal stuff, that's the best time to buy. I'm just gonna do the back of our little sign here and keep the other side. So I'm just using a little white paint to touch out the scuff areas. Now I'm going to decoupage napkin on here. I love this rustic fall napkin. So I cut out the sections, little flower sections that I want to use, using the water technique and end of my paintbrush to just remove those sections, decoupage those on, and then dry that. This video is a part of the Anything Fall collaboration, which is hosted by Donna from Donna's DIYs and Things. Co-host is yours truly. Our guest host is Annie from Indiana Jones, and our other guest host is Melinda from The Crafty Dog. Links to all of our channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist. And now this sticker pack came from the Dollar Tree. Had this in my stash also. I selected the word thankful, cut that out, and now I'm just rubbing that on. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I am so happy that you decided to join me here today. On this channel, we do lots of budget-friendly crafting. If that is your jam, you are in the right place. Don't forget to let me know what you think about this down in the comment section below. And if you have not yet subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. I'd be happy to have you join my DIY family. So after I got my napkin on, I just went over that with a little bit more Mod Podge. And now I'm using my ink pad to distress the edge of our sign, and that's just to make it pop a little bit so it doesn't look too plain. You can use your antique wax if you have that to distress it a little bit more, but that's fine. This next one is so easy and doesn't need a lot of explanation or tutorial, because if you've been watching from the very beginning, you see how I did decoupage, you know by now. If you have not yet seen this technique before, I will link a video right at the top here. You can check that out. But this is so easy, guys. So as you can see here, I am just going to paint over. This little sign came from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to paint over the surface, give it a solid white background base. That does help your napkin to pop before you put it on. This is actually the same napkin that I used earlier, but I used the flower section. So what I'm showing you here is simply going to be taking out some of those flowers again, but different ones, the ones that are solid flowers, not so much the leaves per se. And then once I get those out using the water technique again, I will decoupage them on using my Mod Podge multi. Then to reheat the Mod Podge, I placed parchment paper over it and used my heat press and press that on. And that's just to seal it and make it safe and secure. And then just use the zip sander to sand off the excess. And on the other side, this rub-on transfer is from the Dollar Tree. Had this in my stash. And then I'm just selecting little pieces that will be able to decoupage on here. So one side has the napkin, the other side has the rub-on transfers. And on this side, you can use a little Mod Podge on it after you've done that, or you can just leave it as is. Next, I just sealed both sides with a little more Mod Podge and then made 2 small bows for either side, just finger bows. Just a regular awareness scrunch in the middle, wrapped with a little piece of flower wire, dovetail the ends, and you're good. Glued them on, one at the top for one side, the other at the bottom for the other side, and this one is done. Here is our scriptures for today, Hebrews 3:12 and 13. See to it, brothers and sisters, that none of you has a sinful, unbelieving heart that turns away from the living God, but encourage one another daily as long as it is called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness. Love it. Now here we are for the final reveal. Guys, I love these. Don't forget to check out Brandy's website. That will be linked in my description box below. I love these. Let me know which one is your favorite. By the way, the trivet or the trinket trays are mine, but that's just me. If you love content like this, here is a video I recommend. And to binge watch even more, you can check out this playlist.